Yo, what the frig is going on? Guess how fat I am. A friend of mine bought me a Husky stool, hydraulic stool. You know, where I make my holsters. I'm sitting on right now and I do my videos. And I'm noticing it's starting to seesaw back and forth. So I flipped it upside down, and the little circle weld that welds to the round plate is completely broke all the way around. That is how fat I am. So now I have a stool that pivots. I guess it's like a Harris bipod, you know what I mean? I could sway back and forth. It still works. It just pivots around. Jesus, really? What I wanted to do first is show you a few things before I start this. Ruger 1022, I wanted to show you the new red dot I got for it. I know it kind of looks like a scope, but it's not. It's a red dot. It's a 1x28. Very, very reasonable. The first red dot I got for it was a True Glow, and I really didn't like the way it looked on it, and I was getting teased at work, and people said it looked like a Volkswagen Beetle was sitting on top of my rifle. So I kind of took it to heart, and it worked well, but it didn't look good. So I looked on the internet, and I found this nice Bushnell trophy, it's called. This one's 1x28. It's got a really beautiful crisp red dot. It's not a lot of money. It's under $100, so any red dot under $100 is cheap. It has low profile rings. They're included with it, and it has a 6 MOA dot reticle. It's for a 22. It's perfect. Bushnell is definitely a middle of the road. It's not like an aim point, nothing near it. It's not even like a Vortex, but it's not junk either. So Bushnell's been making optics and binoculars forever. So it's a good way to go, and it's not a lot of money. And I didn't sight it in yet, but as far as me looking through it, seeing that red dot, it looks really, really nice and crisp. So awesome. So this is all done. I got that on there, and I think it looks really nice. What I want to do with this Ruger 1022 is, like I told you, the only thing I don't like about it is the bolt release is a little finagling to get it to release. And Val Quartzen, if I said that right, makes an auto bolt release part, which makes your life a lot easier. So as you can see, the slide or the bolt is in the rear locked position, as you can see right there. So when I pull that back and let it go, it's not going to let go. So when I put a mag in to put a round in the chamber before I start shooting, I have to put my finger under here, and I got to pull this back, and I got to play around with it. Now I'm getting better at it, but I still got to do all this to get it to go forward. Okay, so what this eliminates is, once I put this in, all I have to do is pull back and let go, and it'll go forward. I don't have to reach under, look under, and distract myself to release the bolt. So hopefully we're going to install that. Hopefully it goes smoothly. I only did it once before on a friend's gun. He was my guinea pig, but it actually went pretty smooth. So let's try it again and see what happens. Another thing I want to show you, I forget, that has to be in the rear, or no, I think it has to be forward. See, I'm already forgetting. Another thing I want to show you is, if you have a Ruger 1022, it has these takedown screws underneath. It's very important that you know the torque poundage when you're putting that back. So what I have here is a fat wrench from Wheeler, and from what I can do, from what I've researched, the takedown screws, this one you really don't have to mess with, because the whole thing comes off. This is the one I'm going to be taking off. It's supposed to be at 20 inch-pounds, so I got my wrench set at 20. And when I turn that and it clicks 3 times, I know that's the perfect torque poundage that it's supposed to be, so it keeps the rifle accurate. If you wrench it down too tight, you could affect its accuracy, because you're going to cock something. Okay, so gun's safe, gun's clear. The first thing I'm going to do is put this safety, since it sticks out on one side more, you have to kind of put it in the middle. So I'm going to move the safety to the middle, like that, if I can, like that. What that's going to allow is for me to pull the action through the stock without it hitting anything. Okay, the next thing I got to do, it's pretty easy, is just remove this takedown screw. So what I'm going to do is just get a regular screwdriver, find the right one, and counterclockwise we're going to take that off. Wish I had a camera, man, because there's little things you're probably not going to be able to see. Now the takedown screw has a stop so you don't lose it, so it's not going to come out and come out. It's just going to undo, okay? Now my stupid ass, what I forgot to do is take the front, since this is a takedown, I should have did this first. But you know, this is what I do. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, now this whole thing is going to come out just like that. Okay, so that's that. Now what I need to do is remove a few pins. First of all, this pin in the back here, that's going to fall out on you. It's just going to slide around, fall out, and it's going to do that. So don't get frustrated. It's not a big deal if it falls out. Let me get a roll of tape. Why don't I have a roll of tape here? I just seen it. Here it is. So what I'm going to do, it's going to fall out. I don't like that it falls out because I don't know what it does. Hold something in. So, seriously, dude? There it goes. What you could do is just put a piece of tape on the back. It's probably just going to fall out again. Anyway, these are your two pins, 1, 2, that are holding the whole trigger assembly in. So what we're going to do is push them out. And you know what's great is a Glock tool would be great for this, but I don't know where it is. We'll get our punches out. These might not be the best punches because they go wide and you might have to go deeper. Let's see. See? I think they both fell out. Yep. Okay, now that everything fell out, this one, see? And the big fat one in the back fell out again. Okay, now this is just going to come out very easily. Now you're going to take out a couple more pins. You're going to take out that one, that one. Don't be afraid. It's all stuff's going to come out when I remove them pins. So I'm going to remove them pins. All the pins are different sizes. You'll know which ones go where. So I'm going to push this one out. I'm going to push this one out. And when I pull this one out, this spring is going to pop up. Okay? See? So let it pop up, and then your extractor is going to come out. Remember which way it was facing. It was facing like that. That pin that just came out holds the spring, the extractor, and the bolt release in. So that's just going to come out. Okay, and let's see here. Take this one out. Now the pin's going to float around a little bit, as you can see. All you're going to do is push that down while you're pushing that other one through. It's going to hold it down again, kind of like an AR-15 trigger. Now the bolt release plate should come right out. There it is. See how it's shaped like a heart? Well, the new bolt release is not going to be shaped like a heart. That little piece is going to be gone. Now, some people get a Dremel and just Dremel it off and put it back in. That's fine, but for $10, why not just put the right part in? Okay? So this is the right part from Volquartsen. We're just going to put that in there. And always look how things are facing, so you don't put them in backwards. So I'm going to take this out. So I know you can't see in here, but just try to get an idea of what I'm doing. I'm going to slide this in. I'm even doing it right. Okay, I think that goes like that. Yes, it does. Then I'm going to put in my extractor right next to it. Okay, everything's going to be jingling around and shit. Now you're going to get this spring, flip it forward. I think I want to put my bottom pin in next. Hold on. Yeah, let's get that bottom pin in next. Okay, what you have to do is when you put the bottom pin in, you have to go through the plate and the mag release hole that holds the mag release in also, all at the same time. Like that. Okay, so that's that pin. So that's all in. So now the mag release is in line, the bolt release is in line, and now we're going to work our way to the top. Now we're going to put in the extractor, if I remember which way it goes. Thing's banged up looking. Extractor, and then we're going to push the spring down forward, and then we're going to start putting our pin in this way. So we're going to push down the spring, pull the pin in, and then start, lining up the holes with the extractor and the what's he name. Okay, now I got to move this a little bit. What you can do is try to line it up, move it around with the punch a little bit to get it to guide its way in. There it goes. To get the pins flush again where they're supposed to be, right about there. Don't worry about the pins; they feel loose, but when you put the stock on, the stock's gonna it's gonna hold it all together, so you don't have to worry about that. So there that is. Show you what it looks like inside. It's not hard, it's just, it's a little awkward. It's not hard to do. Okay, so now I'm going to put this back in. The trigger assembly. And this goes in, should go in pretty easy. Line up all the friggin' holes and it'll go in easy. There it goes. Okay, that's all in, and then this big bitch in the back goes in. That's like near the buffer or something. So that's pretty much should work now. We're going to find out. Let's get the stock back here. Drop it back in. Like that. And now the pins, you don't have to worry about them walking out. Okay, now, very important part. Got my torque wrench. I got it set on 20 pounds. And I'm going to put this in there until it clicks. Okay, I'm getting tight now. 1, 2, 3. 3 clicks. So it should be exactly 20 pounds. Okay. That should be it. Check my safeties. Don't put this back together. Lock it. Now when I pull it back, it'll lock it. Lock it open. And now when I want to load around, I don't have to play under there. All I have to do is pull that back. And boom, let it go. Pull it back, lock it with the safety, the bolt lock underneath, put a mag in, pull it back, and let it go. So now, what I really need to do is go shoot it, make sure everything's okay. I'll do that tomorrow night. A friend of mine's working at the range tomorrow night. I love to torture him, so I will do that. I'll go tomorrow night. So now that I know that's 20 pounds, we want to make sure this one's 20 pounds also. Okay, it is. So that's tight at 20, that's at 20. Now I know my barrel is perfectly in line with my receiver, and I won't mess up any kind of accuracy because I have the right tools. You can tighten it down, then give it a half a turn, but it still ain't going to be as accurate as if you have a torque wrench. Alright, so that's it, guys. The auto bolt release is a beautiful thing. So much easier. Alright, have a good one.